In this economy, everybody's worried about trade show attendance because of travel restrictions and basically tightening budgets. So, early on we knew this was going to be a challenge to get people out of their offices, but our philosophy from day one's been, if you sit in your office with the door closed waiting for the phone to ring, the next person calling will probably be your boss telling you you don't have a job. And in this environment, you can't sit and wait for things to happen. You've got to go out and make them happen. So with that attitude, we went out in our marketing campaign, and actually, despite the bad economy, we're actually relatively pleased with the turnout. We're still down significantly from last year, but the quality of the people that are here is extraordinary. If you just walk around from the Department of Defense to government building services to the largest REITs, mall owners, office building owners, the people that matter are here. So it's a quality show. I think if you ask people, they're going to say, I met more people in 5 minutes that matter than I do at trade shows that I spend 2 days at. So attendance is down, but the quality's up. Well, if you've owned a computer, you know what reboot means. Things are stuck, it's not working, it's too slow. You try everything else, and finally you just do that Control-Alt-Delete, and you reboot it. And I think from an economy standpoint, from a business standpoint, from a commercial real estate standpoint, all the things that we've been doing for the last 5, 10, 15 years aren't working anymore. The excess capital, the poor judgment used in buying some of these assets, the speculative assumptions that were made, they don't work anymore. The machine is slowed. In fact, it's almost stopped. Most of our industry observers say we're in the second inning, so we figured we'd better reboot. And our topic is about technology, automation, innovation, looking at a building, looking how it's run, taking 10 steps, turning it into 3. And that's a radical concept to some real estate owners, believe it or not. So we're asking them to reboot, throw all of your assumptions away, come to Realcomm, our 11th year, and see what we're talking about. Connect buildings to networks, have information management systems that tell you when your buildings are profitable or not on a real-time basis, Google Maps, Microsoft Maps on top of data sets, just an inordinate amount of innovation that you can use to reboot the way you run your real estate organization. Well, let me go on record saying I'm not naive. I know how bad it is and how bad it's going to get. Okay, as far as the commercial real estate market and getting the debt and equity cleaned up after the last 5, 10, 15 years of craziness. We can't stop that. We have nothing to do with that. We're going to have to let that cycle through. But for those owners and operators who've got that under control and understand that they're going to get stronger during this time, like some people say, never waste a good recession, they're going to use this downtime to totally retool how they operate, and when they come out of this, are going to be the strongest operators in the world. And so while we have to be realistic and understand the financial restraints right now going on, we also have to know that innovation is always what pulls us out of these cycles. So if you look at commercial real estate, the economy, it will be all those people who are forced into rethinking things in their garages, coming up with good ideas that are basically going to reshape the industry and get us out of this mess. Yeah, if we started putting all these ideas in office buildings, in malls, and people saw this as lights turning off automatically and saving energy and being able to use security systems at work that are as easy to deploy at home. I mean, the awareness that we could bring into the commercial built environment would, number one, raise an awareness that would help the consumer understand better what's available. But the size of the commercial real estate market, by the time we build them, design them, build them, fill them with tenants, manage them, sell them, clean them, insure them, we are a major component of GDP. And let's say that we're a $20, $30 trillion industry globally. If you applied a 10% efficiency over that multi-trillion dollar industry, can you imagine the inertia, the jobs, the new job creation that could be caused by applying all these new ideas to a multi-trillion dollar industry? So yeah, I do. I think that if we could figure it out in our industry, it would have impacts throughout the entire economy.